All right, looks like we're live. Let me know if you can hear me. It's going to be a quick stream today. We're just going to continue to work out the kinks of the live trading software and all that kind of good stuff. But I will start to show you guys what I do every day and why I have success doing this. And hopefully you guys can benefit from this. That's why I'm doing it. There's really not a whole heck of a lot in it for me to do live streaming. It's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest, but I'm going to give it my best shot and try it for a couple of weeks and see how it goes. All right, so let's go ahead and, okay, make sure audio check. You guys hear this? All right, so what we're going to do here first is we always want to look at the daily chart, right? We want to look at the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, and we want to get a sense of what's going on here with the daily chart. What do I expect for today? Well, for today, I expect a choppy market. I'm not really sure what the direction is going to be today. So that influences my trading, heavily. You can see yesterday, had a good day because I was pretty confident that all the support coming in here was going to push price to the upside. And that's what ended up happening. And that's why I had a good trade and made some good money yesterday. So on a day like today, I'm not really sure what's going on. I kind of thought we might push higher overnight. So I took some pretty big risk on 2 fresh XFAs and I lost $2,200 on each one of those, which is fine. That's part of the prop game. Sometimes I'm going to take those shots and go for big wins. And when they don't work, they don't work. So the fact that we tried to push higher and didn't tells me we're probably coming back down here and it's going to be a very, very choppy, directionless day. So with that in mind, if you know that the odds are stacked heavily against you on a day like today, okay, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you can hear me. If you know the odds are stacked heavily against you on a day like today, then what does that mean? It means you don't want to, put your money at risk, right? So that's why the live stream today is not going to be very long because I don't really see anything I like on the daily chart for the Nasdaq. So if I don't see anything I like on the daily chart, then I don't want to trade too much. With that said, I do have 2 accounts, 2 XFAs right now with $6,300 in them each. That we can maybe trade some micros on if we see a really good setup. But again, I'm not going to force the issue because I don't have a good sense of what's going to happen today. So why would I want to trade on a day where I don't really know what's going to happen, right? Doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'm still waiting on the other XFA. I've got $10,600 in there. I put in a request last night for $3,000 again. And, that they'll take the money out of that account probably later today, but I don't want to trade it. You don't want to trade it while you're waiting for them to take the money out of your account at TOPSTEP, because if you put in a payout request and then you're in a trade while they try to take the money out of your account, then your payout request won't go through and you have to redo it, which is not good. I've never done that. I always wait for the money to get taken out of my account, but I've read about it on Discord. Some people, they end up putting in their request and then they trade while they're waiting for them to pull the money, out of the account. And by the way, the internet here is kind of crappy, so we'll do our best while I'm in this Airbnb, and then hopefully when I move down to the beach, I'll have much better internet. But just know that if it, pops in and out, it comes right back on. So just if I go away, I'm still here and I'll come back. I'll let you know, when we're actually ending the stream. All right. So with that said, we know today we don't want to take a lot of risk because the daily chart is not clear. So let's go ahead and jump over to the intraday charts. You can see here, we've got the higher time period, 50,000 contracts here, right? So each one of these bars is 50,000 contracts. This is my lower time period here. Each one of these bars is 10,000 contracts. I like to chart the volume-based bars because I get way more information on what's going on when I plot volume as opposed to candlesticks with minutes, right? A lot of people plot candlesticks with minutes, and that's not really, I don't think that's giving any good information. And having a candle close every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it's kind of arbitrary, right? You're not really getting anything there. All right. So it's 9:35. The market's been open for 5 minutes. And what we can see here, just look at this. So my prognosis coming into the day is that it's going to be a pretty choppy, crappy day, right? So look at what we've already seen. Overnight, you had that big fake out, reversal back down, close on the low of that bar. And then in the morning, during Europe, you're fishing lower and then you pop back up. So you can already see that the analysis for today is probably going to turn out to be correct, which is that it's going to be a choppy day. Oh, hey, Andreas. How you doing, man? I'm good, man. How you doing? Are you still trading? I hope so. Say hi to the family. So basically, you can already see that it's going to be a choppy day, based on this messy, the first 100,000 contracts that have traded here overnight and in London. It's very messy. The market doesn't know where it wants to go. So when that's the case, and you can clearly see that, that's when you've got to have the discipline, to really tell yourself not to trade. Yeah, Costa Rica is awesome, man. I'm stoked to be here. I'm still adjusting to the jet lag, so I'm pretty tired. But other than that, yeah, it's really cool to be in Costa Rica and just be trading from here, How's your trading going? Are you still trading? It'll take some time to build up the live stream, I think, over the next few weeks. If I get consistent with it, maybe we'll get, 15 or 20 people in here, which would be cool. But I'm only just starting out, so it's all good. And this is going to be a super short one today, like I said, because there's nothing I really want to trade. Like looking at the daily chart, I look at this and I go, why do I want to trade this? I don't want to trade this. And so then when I'm looking at my intraday charts here, it's confirming what I'm seeing on the daily, which is that I don't want to trade this. I don't want to have anything to do with this type of market, because this is a good day, to get, chopped around and chewed up and spit out and lose money when you shouldn't be trading, and then that's just not smart to be trading when you shouldn't be trading. So with that said, I think that's probably where I'm going to leave the stream today, because I don't want to sit here and talk about nothing all day. If I see anything later, I might trade it for myself, but I want to just come on, practice the setup here, give you guys a little bit of insight into what I'm seeing here for the day. And what I'm seeing and what I'm telling you is, if you are trading today, be very careful, because I don't see any good opportunities. Yesterday was a very, very good opportunity day, because the analysis on the daily chart was very clear that we should find support, around the 21,500 area and then push higher from there. So that was, a relatively easy day to make money. And those are the days you want to wait for. And they come along, all the time. You just got to wait for the good days. A lot of days are really clear. Today is not one of those days. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm happy to be testing the software here and kind of getting my feet under me in Costa Rica. We'll start streaming more consistently. Probably today at Power Hour, I will not stream anything because, the market's not clear. And tomorrow, we'll do the same thing. I'll jump on the live stream at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And if it looks like we've got a clear market with good trading opportunities, then I'll sit and trade with you guys. Otherwise, I'll just be honest and tell you, hey, today's not a good day to trade, so go do something else, just like today. I don't think it's a good day to trade, so you should really, probably be very careful and go do something else. Don't put your capital at risk. Here, Andreas, what'd you say? Before I go, I will read your comments here. Yeah, it's hard to... Okay, hang on, guys. We'll answer. Well, we'll take some Q&A here before I go, because the markets, you can see, it's just there's nothing to trade here, right? So we don't want to trade these markets, but we can chat a little bit. So let's just start with Andreas. Yeah, no, I mean, totally. It's hard when you got to manage jobs and trade. Jobs, a day job, family, trading. And especially when you're doing it from Europe. I mean, I was just there for a while, and the European time zone is very, very difficult. Just this time zone is so much better. I love starting in the morning. Since this is my job, I don't have a day job. I'm able to just kind of do this when I want. And then, when we move down to the beach, I'll go surfing when I want. But yeah, it takes a lot of dedication. You've got to, it's not easy. And I think for trading, if you don't dedicate, basically dedicate your whole life to it, you're probably not going to succeed, because there's so much competition out there. You're competing against people who do dedicate their lives to it, like me. Sorry. And, it's a dog eat dog, zero sum game where some of us are going to win and 98% are going to lose. So if you're in the 98% and you're losing, probably is not because you're a bad person or not talented enough or anything like that. It's probably just because of the dedication, right? It takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of work to get good at this. So yeah, when you don't have the time, it's hard. So let's see. So I hear you, Andreas. It's tough to find the time. Okay, so let's see. Do you think that Asia and London session is better to trade because of volatility? Yeah, I mean, it depends what you're looking for, right? Like I trade my Tradeify accounts typically during Asia because on those accounts, I have a different trading strategy, right? I'm just going for very small, like careful base hits, and I don't want crazy volatility when I'm putting those trades on. So that's why I trade those accounts during Asia. So yeah, Asia's a bit more calm. It's easier to trade. You're not going to have as much volatility, sucking you in and trying to get you to make bad decisions. So, but with that said, the volatility, like I love New York. I just go for different strategies on, when I'm trading New York, I love the volatility, especially when it's on a day where I can read the charts really clearly and take advantage of the volatility. So yeah, London can be good sometimes. It really, I think the most important thing is to trade when the time zone is matching up to wherever you are, right? Like it doesn't really matter if Asia or London or New York is the best. Is like if you're in Asia, it's going to be really hard to trade New York, right? Because that's the middle of your night and that sucks. And that's not going to lead to a good quality of life. So like, I know you guys are in Europe, and so, trading the New York Open is really hard, right? If you have a day job or whatever, it's like 2-3 in the afternoon that you got to trade the New York Open. So that's not really viable, right? And then London is in the morning when work is getting starting for you guys. So that's kind of hard if you have a day job. And then Asia's very late at night. So that's hard. So Europe's kind of a crappy place to be if you've got a day job and you want to trade, like in the States, as long as you're not in New York, or if you're in California or Texas or whatever, and you got a day job, you can still wake up a little early, trade the New York Open for an hour or two, and then still go to your day job, So yeah, Europe's tough. I can empathize with you guys because I was getting pretty tired. That's one of the reasons we came to Costa Rica. I just wanted to be in a better time zone, like, putting on my Tradeify trades during Asia when I was in Malta or Spain or Sweden. Then I've got to stay awake till, 2-3 in the morning, which just sucks. It's not good for the quality of life. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, crypto, I don't trade crypto. I have some crypto, but I don't trade it. Like I trade the Nasdaq, and I trade some other markets, but primarily the Nasdaq right now. But crypto could be maybe a good market for you guys to trade. I mean, here, one thing I will share with you is that if you have a day job or you're struggling or whatever, then absolutely what I would say is don't day trade, right? Because day trade is the hardest kind of trading. I mean, you've got to be really, really mentally stable. You got to be able to think quickly on your feet. You can't get sucked into the fear, the greed, all the emotions. And, I've been doing this for a while. So I've thankfully, each one of these bars here is closing, at 5 p.m. Eastern when the market shuts down, and then reopens the next day, reopens at 6 p.m. Eastern, right? So what you could do is just place your trades based on the daily close. Like, for example, if I didn't do this for a living as a day trader and I had a day job or whatever, and I saw yesterday, this big push up at the close, like I said, I really liked this support level here into 21,500. And then I thought, we had a pretty good chance of pushing up here. That ended up happening. It doesn't work like that every day, but yesterday it did work like that. And I was able to capitalize on that with low risk as a day trader and make $1,000, which was cool. But for you guys who don't have the time to sit and watch the charts and day trade because of day jobs, family commitments, whatever else, you could have just put on a limit order here right before you go to bed in Europe, which would be, I think the market will reopen here, might be like midnight your time or whatever, but you set the order, the limit order, you put your stop in and you have your brackets, and then you just put it on and go to bed and forget about it and just don't even look at it until the next day and just check back in, see if you won or if you lost. That's a good way to neutralize the emotions and also, balance work and day job and all that stuff if you have to, just by trading the daily closes. And I will start putting up analysis for you guys. I know it's hard if you're trying to trade the daily closes and you don't really know what's going on or where the market's going. That can be difficult. So as I settle into my routine here in Costa Rica, and especially when I get down by the beach and start surfing again, which I can't wait for, I'll start doing a video daily around the time of the close of the market, and I'll tell you guys what I see for the upcoming day. So, I'll say like, hey, on this close here, I think there's good support here. Like, for example, here, this was another day I took advantage of. When I saw that flush down there, and again, everybody thought the world was ending because of tariffs and all this kind of nonsense. I don't even listen to the news, by the way, because the news is like, right, there's going to be tariffs and, the market's collapsing, and then, they made a deal, no more tariffs or, whatever. So don't watch the news, because the news will really fuck with your head and you'll make bad trading decisions if you trade the news. So just look at the chart. So on this particular day here, you could see we sucked way back up right to my levels here, and then we closed above this true average, right, and this trend line here. So when that day closed, I knew from my Owings market analysis here and all my indicators, we had a lot of support right there, right, a lot of support, and the directional bias for that whole day was up, right? So if I share that information with you and say, hey, maybe set an order at 21.3, put on a couple micros to buy at 21.3 and, stop it at 21.2 or whatever, right? Because you got to give yourself a big stop when you're putting on these daily trades, but you also have big targets, because then you can set your target at, 21.6, right? So you're risking 100 points, but you're looking to make 300 points. That's 3-1. That's not bad. So I'll start sharing that information with you guys. Probably I'll start next week on Sunday night. I'll do a preview of what I see, for the Nasdaq every day, so you guys aren't like flying blind. I think that'll help a lot. It's Andreas. I think that's when you make small trades. That's good to practice. And with crypto, I mean, like, are you actively day trading, or are you like putting like small amounts on but letting them go? Because I think as when you're starting out as a trader, or you do it as a hobby or whatever, it's better to like put trades on and kind of small size and just let them work. If you're jumping in and out day trading, I think it's going to be very difficult until you get really experienced. Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, I don't remember the last time I had a day job, which is nice. Oh, yeah, that's tough, man. All right, I'll see you, bro. Have a good day. And we'll come back, guys, tomorrow. We'll do some live streaming in the morning, see if we have any good setups. And day trading. I would say, Andres, you might be better off, putting on end of day trades like I'm describing here. But we can talk more about that. I'll help you guys as much as I can. So we'll do another short stream tomorrow morning just to kind of settle in here. And then I'll start doing the daily analysis for you guys so you can have a pretty good idea of what's going on. All right, that's it. I'm going to go have some breakfast. You guys have a good evening if you're in Europe, and good day wherever you are. And I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. See ya.